Zay-P, the I am. I am that I am, as you are that you are, for we are all that we are. From the individual to the many, from the many is the all, for the all is one. Feeling very connected with the spirit today, so I wanted to come through and bring in a message. The need to stress at this time in your society, this day of age in your world, the need to stress is heaped upon the people to condition them to work, to control the masses and turn them into worker bees for the false value systems that have been placed by institutions. Ideas like capitalism, the notion that commerce exceeds all other factors, even beyond people's well-beings. These are the false ideologies that have been placed into power by institutions once built to uphold basic human standards of life. These same institutions, which now have been perverted and warped into standing for the powers that be, gone from protecting the people to protecting the assets. And while there's nothing intrinsically wrong with any of this, when the assets outweigh the lives of people, when the assets outweigh the civilization, well, then too much value has been placed on the assets. For the assets are to serve, they are to be assets to people, not the other way around. And so in order to uphold this false ideology, the people have been conditioned to be worker bees through stimuli such as stress and pressure. These stimuli, which are addictive in nature, serve as both the whip and the carrot for the thoroughbred animal to carry forward its duty. When we fall short of our goals, or when we fall short of the goals that have been set for us, well, then they serve as the whip, punishing ourselves, beating us into getting into proper shape through strength, through force, not at ease, not a flow, and through false promises of what may be if then this. One is never actually able to experience. Instead, all we do is chase the carrot as we're hit with the whip. So when you're feeling these emotions such as stress, Your system is being pumped with addictive hormones that then help form ways and patterns of being, your behaviors, your habits. In order to decouple from feelings of stress, feelings of fear, you must take a break. You must step back from it all and say, I don't give up. You know what I said. You heard it in your head. You see, when you fall back from the stress and you fall back from the pre-programmed ways of being, you start to realize your natural intrinsic ways of being are much more efficient, telepathic, compassionate, empathic, the ability to sense and to connect along all planes. Your palette for life becomes greater because you are more present to experience it. When you decouple from these emotions of stress and depression, fear, anxiety, because you are living an inauthentic life in somebody else's system, well, then you come online in your own life. You start to take a radical responsibility for your own life, because any pre-programmed life by the powers that be, by the ways of being around you, by the words of the people you love, perhaps even your own parents, any pre-programmed ways of being for you that were set up outside of yourself do not actually serve you and therefore hinder you. And so once you step outside of that matrix, as is the popular term, once you step outside of that matrix, you step into your own creative field. Here is where you create your reality. Here in this creative field of energy and possibility. This are the playing fields for what can be. Connect with yourself. Connect with your I am and go deeper. Connect with the focal pinpoint potentiality of what could be. Connect with your source. And in that, allow your source to create for you. Disconnect from all other pre-programmed paths. Reconnect to self. Reconnect to source. And in doing that, you create a new world. Your world. Made specifically for you, but co-created with others to create the grander world. And as that grander world is re-envisioned and recreated, then comes the tearing down of institutions which cause stress, fear, panic, worry, and the creation of institutions which affirm and empower the people that created it. Allow for freedom and peace and the possibility to explore and create that which we all wish, to express that creative spark that is innately within all of us. Whether you wish to create a family, whether you wish to create a work of art, whether you wish to just create a simple, peaceful life, unto oneself. It first starts with that bold and courageous step, unplugging. Unplugging from the preconceived notions, unplugging from the pre-programmed ways of being, unplugging from the matrix. This is I am into source focal head, the focal head of creative consciousness.